All right, once you are ready, we're actually going to start today's class a little bit different. We're going to start lying down on our backs. So we're going to lay down in a Supta Baddha Konasana, a lying down butterfly position. So the soles of the feet come together, your knees open wide. And you can place your hands wherever you'd like, either on the stomach or maybe on the floor next to you, or maybe overhead in a more of like a diamond shape. And then as you close your eyes, clear away your thoughts here. Let gravity help to open up the hips, right? Just kind of letting those knees relax and hang towards the floor in this lying down butterfly position. Start to connect to your Ujjayi pranayama. You're breathing in and out through the nose, slightly constricting the back of your throat so you can hear the sound of your breath. And make each inhale and exhale a little bit longer so we can use that breath once we start to move. Hug your knees into your chest, rock a little bit side to side, maybe draw a couple small circles on your lower back, moving the knees in one direction, and then making sure to also move it the opposite direction. And open your arms out like a T for a gentle spinal twist. Drop both knees to the left and turn your gaze to the right. And then we'll take it the other way. Drop your knees to the right side, turn your gaze to the left. Good, bring it to center. Keep your arms out like a T and extend your legs now straight up to the ceiling and flex your feet. So using your core, you're gonna start to slowly lower your legs to the left side, maybe about halfway down or 3/4 of the way down, but keep your right shoulder down. If you feel your right shoulder lift, that opposite shoulder, you've gone too far with the legs. You're resisting gravity, then you bring your legs to center. Slowly lower your legs across to the right side, but without letting that left shoulder lift. Pause for a second, and then bring it to center. Start to go at your own pace, side to side. Flex your feet and glue those feet together. So as you move your legs from one side to the other, one foot does not sneak in front of the other foot. They stay right next to each other. Both shoulders stay down, your neck stays relaxed. You're resisting that gravity, waking up those obliques, waking up your core. Try to take it one more time to each side. Just make sure you even out the sides. So one more time over to the left. And then one more time over to the right side. Once you've evened out both sides, bring your legs to center. Take your hands now right next to you. So your legs are still up, but now your hands are by your hips, right next to your hips there. And now you're gonna lower your legs straight forward. So kind of the same idea, resisting gravity, making sure you don't arch your back, going as low as you can towards the floor, and then back up. Again, you're just waking up your core here. Your core is gonna be important throughout any yoga practice. Even if you're not doing arm balances and inversions, it's important in those transitions. It supports you, it helps you to balance. Let's go a couple more times up and down with your legs. On this last one, go as low as you can without arching your back and hold it and hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Take a full body stretch. Reach your arms and legs long, get as tall as you can. Then hug your knees in, rock and roll 2 or 3 times to massage your spine. And then when you're ready, we're gonna come all the way back into our first child's pose. So bringing your big toes together, knees wide, forehead down, and stretch your arms out in front. And just reset, reconnect to that Ujjayi breath if you lost it. See how this first child's pose of the practice feels. Walk your hands to the right side of the mat and place your left hand on top of the right. And then go the other way. Walk your hands to the left side, right hand on top of the left. Then bring it to center, tabletop position, hands and knees. Inhale, drop the belly, arch your back and gaze up for cow pose. Then as you exhale, tuck your chin in and round your back for cat. Inhale as you arch, creating some movement in your spine. Exhale as you round. One more time. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. And then you'll find a neutral spine after that last one, right in the middle. Thread the needle stretch, take your right arm, lift it up, and then thread it all the way through, putting your head down, walking that left hand forward, maybe crawling it a little bit to the right side, opening up your shoulder and your upper back here. Come back to tabletop, reset, and switch sides. Left arm peels up, thread it through, and then walk that right hand forward, maybe a little to the left. Good, back to your tabletop position. Now from tabletop, opposite arm and leg. Right arm reaches forward, left leg extends back. Flex the foot, find your balance. Exhale, knee to elbow, pull it in. Inhale to extend and reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. One more time. Knee to elbow. And then you can extend it out and hold it there or bend the leg. Take your right hand, try to grab that left foot and find a little bit more of a back bend. Nice, and you stretch it back out and place it down. We'll switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Find your balance. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale as you extend. And then one more time, you pull it in, knee to elbow. And extend it out and hold, or bend the leg, catch hold of that foot for a back bend. Good, stretch it out, place it down. And then we'll come into our first down dog. So plant your hands shoulder width, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and walk out that first down dog. Bend one leg at a time, stretch your calves, your hamstrings, maybe bending one elbow at a time, kind of moving around, right? Just seeing how your body feels today. When you're ready to settle in, try to shrug those shoulders away from the ears. Press your chest back towards your thighs, working your heels closer to the floor. Walk your feet to the front. Take a couple steps, ragdoll, feet hips width. Bend your knees a lot and grab opposite elbows. Let yourself hang here. Maybe shake your head, yes, shake it, no. Relaxing your neck, and then you can sway a little bit side to side, shifting the body weight from the right foot to the left foot. Maybe also swaying forward and back from the balls of the feet to the heels. And release your hands, roll yourself up one vertebra at a time to stand. Good, when you get to the top, we'll lift those arms all the way up. Your right hand is gonna grab your left wrist, pull it to the right for that standing side body stretch. And then you switch, your left hand grabs your right wrist, pull it to the left side. Good, bring it to center. Interlace your fingers behind your lower back or hold on to a strap or a towel. Inhale, look up, open your chest. Exhale, bend your knees a little bit, fold forward, keeping the hands interlaced. Release the clasp of your hands, bring your hands to the floor or to the blocks. Take your right foot, cross it behind your left foot. So now your left leg is crossed all the way in front and you can fold straight forward over the legs, or you can try walking your hands over to the left side of your mat here. Good, back to center and switch to cross of the feet so that now your right leg is in front of your left, folding forward over the legs, or walking it to the right side of your mat. Good, back to center and uncross the feet, bring them together now to touch. Inhale, lengthen your spine to your flat back. As you exhale, let's step back to plank. We'll modify our first chaturanga, bringing the knees to the floor, hugging the elbows in, slowly lowering down. Untucking the toes. Inhale, cobra pose, just a small back bend, lifting the chest. Exhale down. Then push up to your knees to your modified plank. Tuck your toes under, come back to down dog. So when we move in a little bit through those sun salutations or through any chaturanga throughout the class, you can always go back to that version if you need it. Lift your right leg up, step it between your hands, low lunge. Drop your back knee down, hands on that front thigh. Right knee is over the ankle. You're sinking into this left hip flexor. If you want to add a little back bend, lift your arms up and your gaze up. Hands could be apart, or you could try pressing the palms together if that's okay on the shoulders. And then lower your hands to the floor or to your blocks, half split. So for now, half splits, you straighten the right leg and flex the foot. You might have to slide it a little forward. You don't want to sit back on your left foot. You should be more forward so your hip is directly over your knee. And then you try to fold over your right leg. Because later in class, we'll do the full splits, right? So this is just halfway there. You're kind of checking in with the hamstring, seeing how it's feeling. Rebend the legs and get your hands to the floor. Step back to down dog. Other side, lift the left leg up. Step it between your hands, low lunge. Drop your back knee down, hands up to that left thigh. Sinking into that right hip flexor. If you want to add the back bend, you can, or you can lift your arms up, your gaze up. You might even press the palms together overhead. And then you lower your hands down to the floor or blocks for your half splits. Straightening the left leg, flexing that left foot, and bowing over your left leg. Seeing how this side feels. Good, rebend the leg, step back to your downward facing dog. Look forward, step your feet to the front. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Use your flat back now. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Sun salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back, and then as you exhale, step back, and then you can choose to stay on the toes or bring your knees down for your chaturanga, low push-up, hugging those elbows in. Inhale as you flip over the feet and straighten your arms for up dog, or you can stay with cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking forward, you can step, or you can add a little hop to the front if you like to jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Two more times, sun A. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step or hop, chaturanga, low push up. Nice. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. You just take one deep breath, then you look forward and hop or step back to the front. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Reset. We got one last time on our sun salutation A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hop or step to your chaturanga, low push up. Then inhale to your back bend, up dog or cobra. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Look forward, hop or step back to the front. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Reset here in your mountain pose, Tadasana. We're going to do our sun salutation B, Surya Namaskar B, only one time. So from here, lift your arms up first, then bend your legs, Utkatasana chair pose, knees and feet together. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. This part's the same. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, you can step or hop back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From down dog, lift the right leg up. Step it between your hands, warrior one. Pivot your back heel flat on the ground and lift your arms up. Virabhadrasana A. Try to square your hips, Ground down through that back leg, but bend into your front leg. Exhale your hands down to the floor. Step your way back to your chaturanga. Modify as needed. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Then we do the other side. We lift the left leg up, step it forward, warrior one. Pivot your right heel flat on the ground. Lift your arms up and try to square your hips to the front. Exhale, the hands come down to the floor. We step back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, step or hop, both feet to the front. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. And then we press up to stand, Tadasana, mountain pose. Nice. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Stay in your forward fold. Separate your feet, hips width distance. Peace fingers, your first two fingers hook onto your big toes for Padangustasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Elbows out to the side, relax your neck. Bend the knees if you need to get a hold of the toes. If you've got your toes, start to work towards straightening your legs. Good, then release the toes. Let's take our feet a little wider from Malasana, prayer squat. Turn your toes out, feet at least to the edges of the mat, maybe even wider, hands to prayer position. So if your heels are off the ground, your feet are too close together. Okay, so take your feet wider. Again, probably edges of the mat or even off of the mat. Then use your elbows, push your inner thighs apart. Push your chest forward to meet your hands so that you're not hunching your back. You're lengthening your spine here. You should feel that stretch in your hips. Good. Now, if you want to play with your crow pose, Bakasana today, you can work on that. If you want to skip it, you can go to child's pose. If you're coming to crow, plant your hands, shoulder width, walk your feet together. Bend your arms to make a little shelf, and then put your knees up high on those triceps. Remember, you can stay here, you can lean forward, maybe just test 1 foot at a time, or maybe you can start to float both feet off the ground. Good, nice, you guys. When you're done playing, let's meet in our child's pose. This time in your child's pose, you can actually bring your knees all the way together for a different variation. Forehead down and arms alongside you, and just let those shoulders relax. Come into a tabletop position. Puppy pose. Keep your hips up. Walk your hands forward and melt either your forehead down or your chin towards the ground. Thinking chin and chest starting to come to the ground, stretching into your shoulders and your back a little bit. Walk your hands in. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, step it forward. This time we're coming into our crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. You're on the ball of your back foot. So crescent lunge should be a longer stance than warrior one because that back heel is lifted, right? Everything else is pretty much the same. Hips are square, arms are straight up. It's just that back leg that's a little different. From crescent lunge, open to warrior two. Pivot the back heel down. Now your hips and chest are facing the side wall. Gazing at your right hand. Flip your right palm up to the ceiling. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands to the front. Step back, chaturanga, or modify or skip it. Low push up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Other side, lift your left leg up. Step it between your hands. Stay on the ball of your right foot and lift your arms up. Crescent lunge. Get your balance here. If it feels like you're on a tightrope, move your right foot a little more to the right, right? So that way your feet are lined up with your hips and not a tightrope. Then when we open to warrior two, pivot the back heel down. Open your arms out like a T. Look at your left hand. Flip your palm up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands to the front, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up, lizard pose. Step your right foot outside your right hand, right at the edge of the mat. Drop your back knee down. Hands or elbows or maybe yoga blocks on the inside of that right foot there, stretching into your right hip. I'm just noticing how it feels, right? As we start to get more warmed up, we start to create some more space here in the hips. Press up to your hands. We're going to take a second variation. Turn your right foot out to the side 45 degrees. So as you turn your foot out, your knee's still going to point the same direction as your toes, right? That turnout comes from your hip. Left hand plants on the ground, twist and peel your right arm back. You can hold there and just kind of sink your hips down, or bend your back leg, take your right hand, grab your left foot and pull it in. Pull your heel as close to as you can, and you'll feel more of a quad stretch now in that back leg. Good, let go and just go straight back to down dog and reset. And then we'll switch sides. So we lift the left leg up, step it outside the left hand, starting with regular lizard first, where the toes are pointing forward, hands or elbows down or blocks on the inside of your left foot. I'm just noticing how it feels on this side. Then you come back up to the hands, and for the second variation, we turn the left foot out 45 degrees to the side, plant the right hand down and twist your left arm back. And maybe hold here, or if you can reach, you grab the back foot, pull it in, and get that quad stretch for your back leg. Left hand to right foot. Good, let go, step back to down dog. Everybody meeting in down dog, take a deep breath, reset here. Lift your right leg up, step it between your hands, coming back to your crescent lunge. On the ball of your back foot, lifting the arms up. Now this time, focus your eyes, start to lean forward, airplane, Degasana. Sweep your arms back so your palms face down. Flex your left foot and square off your hips. Finding your balance. Then lowering it down to standing splits, hands on the floor or the blocks, or maybe right hand grabs the back of your right ankle, pulling your nose closer to your right leg. Keep lifting the left leg up high without opening the hip, splitting the legs apart. Now put your fingertips back down, go back to crescent. So bend your right leg, set your feet first, then lift your arms up, crescent lunge. Nice, open to warrior two, Virabhadrasana B, heel to arch alignment. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale into modified or extended side angle. So you can place your right elbow on the right thigh with the left arm up. This is modified side angle. Or you can bring your right hand all the way down to a floor or a block and maybe reach your left arm forward for extended side angle. Utthita Parsva Konasana. And try to look under that left armpit to the ceiling and rotate your chest open a little more. Good, come back up to your warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill the hands to the front. Step back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, lift your left leg up, step it forward. Crescent lunge again, but on the left side. Find your balance in your crescent lunge. Then focus your eyes, airplane, Degasana. Sweep the arms back as you float your right leg up. Palms facing the floor, hips square, flying foot is flexed, focusing the eyes. Then the leg goes up higher as you bring your hands down, standing splits. Hands on the floor, the blocks, or the left hand to the back of the left ankle. Keep lifting that right leg up nice and high, and then pull your nose closer to your left leg. Good. Now, carefully come back to crescent. Put your fingertips down, bend your legs, set your feet first, and then lift your arms all the way up, crescent lunge. Nice. Open to warrior two, Virabhadrasana B, back heel flat on the ground. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, modified or extended side angle. So any variation of your side angle, left elbow to the thigh or left hand to the floor block, maybe reaching that right arm forward with that palm facing down, looking under the armpit towards the ceiling. Then come back up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands to the front. Step your way back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you need a child's pose, drop your knees down, take a moment, reset in child's pose. We're going to do one more sequence, standing sequence on each side. So when you're ready to move, meaning back in your downward facing dog, we'll lift the right leg up, step it forward, crescent lunge again, high crescent lunge on this side. Then open to warrior two, pivot that back heel down. Inhale, reverse warrior. As you exhale, we'll shift forward for half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Right fingertip 6 to 8 inches in front of your right baby toe. Your left hip stays open, flex the left foot. You're aiming for your leg parallel to the floor, so it's not a standing split. You're peeling that left arm up. If you have your yoga block, remember you can adjust the height of the block and put it under the right hand to help you out. You can start with your eyes on the floor, but then if your balance feels good, maybe look to the side wall or maybe look all the way up to the top hand. Moving where you're looking makes the balance harder, right? So just by changing your gaze can really change the pose. Carefully step back to warrior two and just adjust if you need to refine that warrior two position. Straighten your right leg for triangle. Walk your left foot in 1 or 2 inches closer. Shift your hips back. Reach forward, right hand on the right leg, shin, ankle, or foot, not the floor. Left arm straight up to the ceiling. Imagine there's a wall behind you. You're trying to lean back into that wall. And you're creating length through both sides of your waist. Use your core to come back up. Now we have to adjust our feet to get back to warrior two. Walk your back foot out 1 inch or 2 and rebend that front leg, Virabhadrasana B. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands down and step back, chaturanga. If you need to skip it, just go to down dog. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Last big sequence for the other side. So lift the left leg up, step it forward, crescent lunge position to start, arms up. Open to warrior two, pivoting the back heel down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand 6 to 8 inches in front of the left baby toe, usually closer to that left corner of the mat. Maybe adjust the height of the block. Open your right hip and flex your right foot. So your left standing toe should still point straight forward, but your right foot, the one that's up in the air, should be pointed towards the side wall. And then you can look down. You can try looking to the side. You can try looking all the way up to that top hand. Take another breath here in your half moon. And then carefully, big step back to warrior two. And just adjust until you find that nice deep warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Walk your right foot in 1 or 2 inches closer for triangle, Trikonasana. Shift your hips back. Reach, reach, reach till you can't reach anymore. And place your left hand wherever it lands on that leg. Right arm up to the ceiling and think of lifting up with that top hand. Like there's a string pulling that top hand up to the ceiling. Use your core, lift back up, and then adjust your feet. Come back to your last warrior two of the day. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill your hands down and step back. Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. This time we'll step both feet to the front and just bend your knees, roll yourself up to stand. Step to face the long side of your mat. Separate your feet a few feet apart and parallel. Bring your hands to your lower back. Just take a little baby back bend, look up to the ceiling, and then fold forward. Walk your hands through your legs. Straddle forward, fold. Stretching into those hamstrings, relax your head and neck. Walk both hands over to your left leg, grab your ankle or calf, pull your nose closer to your left leg. And then go the other way. Walk it to the right leg, pull your nose closer to the right leg. Bring it to center, find a flat back, put a little bend in both knees, hands to hips, slowly stand up and turn to face the front. Standing number 4. So we bring our hands to prayer position. Take your right foot across so it looks like a figure 4 number. Flex your right foot, bend your left leg like you're sitting back into a chair. Try to get your elbows and forearms there towards the shin. So it's a balancing pose as well as a hip stretch. If you get close to the floor, you can put your fingertips on the floor or on the blocks, but make sure you're still bending your standing leg a lot. The more you bend that standing leg, the deeper the stretch is in that opposite hip. Good, come up, shake it out, switch sides, try the other leg. Left foot goes across, standing number 4, flex your foot and then bend your right standing leg and sit your hips back. And first step, you're working the elbows or forearms towards that shin. If they get there and the floor seems close, maybe fingertips or hands down towards the floor. Good, let's come up, shake it out, meet in your mountain pose at the top of the mat. Feet together, hands to prayer position. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back, our last chaturanga for today. As you exhale, step back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Now we're gonna work on our full splits called Hanumanasana. So lift your right leg up and step into your low lunge like we did in the beginning in the warm-up. If you have 2 yoga blocks and you know splits are kind of difficult for you, you can put your hands on 2 blocks. And remember, the blocks have 3 different heights, so you can adjust them. Start to straighten your front leg like you did for half splits, and then you just slowly inch it forward, right? A little bit at a time until you get as far as you can. Now, it's always a good idea to also tuck your back toes for a moment and square your hips. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward, and then set it back down. Because you don't want to lean to the side. It looks pretty, but it's not giving you a good stretch. So you want to keep your hips square to the front, like the bony parts of your hips, like headlights on a car. And just hold yourself up wherever you're at, right? Hands on the floor, on the blocks, flexing that front foot. Should be pretty deep hamstring stretch on that front leg, but you can also, depending on, what's tighter on you, feel it in the back leg, the hip flexor. Now, if you want to fold, you can also fold. You can try both ways. Different stretch when you fold over the front leg versus when you're upright. So just take a few more breaths wherever you're at in either half splits, full splits, or somewhere in between the two, right? Might be somewhere in between. Now to come out carefully, plant your hands, you tuck the back toe, lift the knee, and just take your time as you lift that right leg all the way up to a 3-legged dog. Open your hip, bend the leg. Draw some circles with your ankle, maybe draw some circles with the whole leg, kind of shake it out, and then we'll meet in our down dog. And we'll try the other side. Sometimes one side can be very different from the other. Lift the left leg up, step it forward, start in a low lunge first. Take your time setting it up, right? Because it might not be the same. Half splits or a little bit forward, a little bit more forward. When you get pretty close, tuck the back toes, lift your knees, square your hips a little more, and then set it back down, right? Then you can untuck the toes. You just want to keep thinking about this right hip bone pulling forward and the left hip pulling back. So again, they're pointing forward and you're not just leaning off to the side. And start upright first and just kind of breathe. Notice how this side feels. And then if you like the upright stretch, you want to stay there, you can stay there. If you want to try folding forward, you can try folding forward and just see how it feels compared to the other side, compared to being upright versus folding, right? That's also different. Then same thing to come out, you plant your hands, tuck your back toe, lift your knee, and lift that left leg up, open the hip, bend the leg, draw some circles, shake it out, move it around. And then we'll meet in one final down dog. Should feel very different from your first down dog, especially since we did so much to open up the hamstrings, right? Maybe the heels are a little bit closer to the ground. And step to the front, have a seat. So we just did the front splits. Let's do our seated straddle splits. Upavishta Konasana. So open your legs out like a V. Try to wiggle them as far apart as you can and flex your feet. Right hand grabs your right leg or right foot. Reach your left arm over your ear for a side body stretch. Good. Over to the other side. And then as you come up, try to keep your feet flexed with the toes going up to the ceiling. Try to prevent them from rolling in and walk your hands out as far as you can fold there. Walk your hands in, carefully shake out your legs, bring them together, facing the front for a seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So both legs together, feet flexed, lift your arms up, lengthen your spine, and then fold over your legs. And if you can't reach the feet, you can use your strap, or you can just grab onto your legs. Last seated stretch, folding forward. And slowly come up. If you do happen to have a yoga strap or towel, grab it and lay down on the floor. If not, so if you have it, you're gonna put it around the right foot, hold on with both hands and pull it towards you. If not, both hands, just grab the back of your leg, right? If you don't have a strap, grab your hamstring, calf, or ankle and pull it towards you, right? Whatever you can reach. Flex the right foot, straight leg. Your left leg can just relax on the floor for right now. Now, if you can reach the big toe, you can go peace fingers on the big toe. If you have the strap, you'll just put both ends of the strap in the right hand. If you don't have a strap, just hold on to the outside of the leg if you can't reach the big toe. Left hand on your hip. Don't let your left hip come off the ground. Open your right leg to the right. It should just kind of like dangle to the right? I'm taking mine out to the wall. It doesn't actually touch the floor, but it just kind of hangs over to the right side. Then you bring it through center, same leg, but switch hands. Left hand on the strap or the outer edge of the foot or the leg. Right arm out like a T with a straight leg. Slowly twist your right leg across. You might have to stop part way, right? Maybe 3/4 of the way, maybe all the way to the floor. You're gonna feel it more through that IT band outer thigh, but it's a straight leg spinal twist. You also get that twist for the spine. If it's okay on the neck, turn your head, look to the right. Okay, let's bring it to center. We're going to do those 3 variations on the other side, our last pose. So let your right leg relax, lift the left leg up, If you're using the strap, put it around the foot and use both hands to pull it towards you. If you don't have the strap, you're grabbing the back of the leg with both hands, flexing the foot, straight leg as it comes towards you. Now, right hand to the hip, left hand on the strap, the big toe or the leg. Open your left leg to the left side first. Bring it through center and switch hands. Right hand on the strap or foot, left arm out like a T. Flex that left foot, slowly twist that leg as far across as you can go for that straight leg spinal twist. And then as you bring it to center, just let the strap go if you have the strap. Hug both knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins, pull your forehead up to your knees, give yourself a big hug, and then we let it go, coming into our Shavasana, final relaxation. Extending the legs out long, let the feet fall open nice and wide. Arms relax alongside you, palms facing up. Try to shrug your shoulders down away from your ears to keep your neck long. And as you close your eyes, clear away any last remaining thoughts. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go and letting your muscles relax into the floor. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to bring some small movements back into your body. Maybe draw a couple circles with the wrists and ankles, moving them in both directions. Maybe gently moving your head a little bit side to side. Anything that feels good to you. And then when you feel ready, reach the arms overhead or reach the legs long. Create a nice full body stretch, getting as tall as you can. And keeping the eyes closed, hug your knees into your chest, roll to one side, coming into a fetal position. And then use the hands to help press you all the way up into a comfortable seated position, crossing the legs, sitting up tall. Hands come together at heart center, Anjali Mudra. And take a couple last deep breaths, scanning your body, noticing how it feels after your yoga practice today. Let's take one more nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go. Lifting your hands to your forehead, your third eye center, and bowing forward. Namaste.